looking back on your efforts with Devin Nunes to investigate the wrongdoing here. Remember, we had those like conflicting memos that came out from your team, Devin Nunes, and also Adam Schiff's team.
Yeah.
And Adam Schiff was making all sorts of assertions about sort of the sanctity of the FBI and how everything was on the up and up. And Devin Nunes was saying, no, this is a disaster. There's abuses here in surveillance. And in the end, the Inspector General report that came out from the Justice Department sided with your team, with Devin Nunes' team, saying, yeah, no, that's exactly right. There were substantial abuses here. What was your relationship like, if any, with Adam Schiff and his team while you were in Congress? Did you guys like talk to each other? Was it icy cold? I mean, what is it like behind the scenes?
I mean, back then, we tried to always be professional, because I told Devin, I said, look, I don't know. When I started this investigation, I didn't know Donald Trump. I hadn't met him. And I said, you're hiring me for my investigative background. And I worked in the intelligence community and I had experience with FISA. So I made him a promise. I said, look, whatever we find, we're putting out the truth. And I learned as a prosecutor, the best way to do that is to take their documentation, they, the FBI, and they, the campaign, or they, the intelligence community. And when we wrote our memo, we didn't like make up summaries and use our own words. We took their documentation, their transcripts under oath, their testimony, like the likes of McCabe and Sussman and Elias. And we put that forward to the American people because we knew it would withstand the test of time. We knew, of course, we'd lose the battle in the media. And the relationship with, look, I've always at least said, it's Congress. You have to respect the institution and the members of Congress, whether you agree with them or disagree with them. And we tried to maintain that the entire time. The staff sometimes got a little heated, things got emotional, but we tried to maintain the level playing field by saying, look, this isn't about you or me. We have a job to do. And if we find normally, like, the 9/11 Commission, sort of the blue ribbon way to do this bipartisan investigations, but we sort of lost that path after the RussiaGate during the RussiaGate investigation. So it's kind of unfortunate. And look, as a guy who worked with FBI agents all over the world, literally, and the intelligence community and the CIA, I love those guys. We brought down some of the biggest terrorist and operations I've ever been a part of. So it's unfortunate that the leadership was proven to have just destroyed the credibility and the public trust in the FBI. And, that is what's, hurts me the most. It's just, how do we restore that? Can we restore that?
Yeah.
So the interesting thing, I'll just say, and I don't know if we actually articulated that we are a left-right show. Vince is, representing the right. I represent the left. And I'll say the left has never trusted, particularly African Americans, have never trusted the FBI because the FBI has always targeted people, whether it was Dr. King, whether it was Malcolm X, whether, the FBI basically started with attacking Marcus Garvey, anti-war protesters. So there's always been a healthy mistrust of the FBI as an institution on the left. I don't know that, they're doing themselves any favors. And I think Vince and I have discussed a lot of times that I think what happened to Carter Page was unfair. So I will say that. There are other people that I don't think were treated unfairly. I think they were treated very fairly by the FBI, like Michael Flynn, but I will definitely say Carter Page got the short end of the stick.